What's up, y'all?
In the fat pad, highly decorated. In the fat pad.
Well, sure.
It was a long week, but a short week at the same time.
Absolutely.
It's a little wild. Charles is decked out in Ohio State gear. He's even got me wearing an Ohio State hoodie.
OH.
I'm kind of rooting for Notre Dame.
Of course you would.
But I honestly...
He's a Bears fan, and today, instead of the Bears, it's the Bucks.
But I'm wearing Ohio State as solidarity.
Appreciate it.
At the moment.
Fair weather fan.
I didn't go to Ohio State. I have no affiliation with Ohio State, but for you, I hope they win, I guess.
You know that's
right.
right.
I just like Rudy, so I kind of like Notre Dame, but also like SIUE, where I went, Southern Illinois University, Evansville does not have a football team. And they're D1 now after I left. Yeah, but we'll get into the medals later, but
I'm just taking them off so everybody can see this beautiful Ohio State. Oh,
yeah, well, let me take this off real quick because I got my Bears stuff on today too.
Why?
And you want to know why?
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
The Bears did something right today.
You hope.
They hired Ben Johnson.
I know.
It happened like I was checking my phone when I was getting everything set up. They hired Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Lions. The move that I wanted them to make. It's very un-Bears-like. He's progressive. He's not Matt Nagy. He's not Matt Eberflus. He's not a stereotypical Bears hire. He's an offensive-minded person. He made Jared Goff look good on the Lions.
Golf?
So yeah, I call him Jared Goff.
Oh, okay.
But
you got a little pun for him.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Kind of like instead of LeBron, I say LeBum or LeBron.
Yeah. So wearing my Bears stuff today, even though it's a Khalil Mack jersey.
Who's that?
I also
he gone.
I bought this and then he was traded shortly afterwards. I was about to buy a Justin Fields jersey. Thankfully, I didn't do that. So I'm just gonna wait.
I almost bought you one because they're on a super sale.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Just like what I sent you the other day, a bobblehead, a Justin Fields bobblehead for the Bears.
Yeah. So bear the fuck down, Ben Johnson. Please do a good job.
Ben Johnson, do something smart. Trade your quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Get Fields back.
The best rookie season of quarterback that the Bears have ever had? Okay.
Well, statistically, when you're talking about his numbers, but did he win?
No.
He had the best wide receiver core in football.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
You obviously didn't watch the games, dude. He had 5 game-winning drives that the team lost and the coach lost.
Oh, but he's not part of the team?
He's not part of special teams and defense, no. He took the lead.
Justin Fields would have went to the playoffs.
No, he would not have.
Yes, he would have.
No, he would not have.
They almost went last year with 2 less wide receivers that he has.
And a better line.
Last year they had a better line than this year?
Yes.
Don't think so.
Caleb Williams had the best rookie season for the Bears ever and was sacked more than anyone in history.
You know why? Because he holds the ball even longer than Fields.
That's
I love this guy is a very passionate Bears fan.
I wanted Justin Fields to be the man. He was not. He rides the bench now. So there is that.
He won just as many games as Caleb Williams did this year. All
right, we'll see we'll see whose career turns out better. We'll see. We'll talk again in 5 years, and we'll check in and we'll see who did better.
Well, I hope Caleb gets traded so he can have a good career.
The Bears are a disaster. That's why I was surprised that they did the right thing and hired Ben Johnson.
I think it was almost like this presidential election. Like you can only fuck around so long until you find out. And we found out with, who was voted in. And I kind of think that the Bears have been fucking around since 84, just 85. Completely manipulating their huge fan base that they have, saying, oh, we're going to be great. We're going to be great. We're going to be great.
I will say the Bears, we crown ourselves kings every offseason.
Yeah. Well, ESPN was crowning you guys too. Like everybody, the Bears had some of the best odds to get to the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that was insane. I knew that was a trap. Knew it was a trap. I bought into the hype like I do every year, like I just did again.
And the season's not even over.
Bears are the only NFC North team undefeated in 2025. What up?
Is that true?
It is true.
They all lost in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Everybody else in NFC North went to the playoffs, but the Bears.
Yeah, and lost. And the Bears are the only one that have a win in
How many
2021.
teams are in each division?
Oh, they came in last. They came in fourth.
So there's only 4 teams in each. I thought there was 5.
No,
for some reason.
4.
4. Man,
We got to take the small wins. I'm allowed to feel good as a Bears fan sometimes. Okay?
yeah.
All right. And if they win the Super Bowl ever, I will then buy a Caleb Williams jersey. Even though I'd feel weird wearing the jersey of someone younger than me.
I don't think he'll.
Even though I think Khalil Mack's younger than me.
I don't think they will.
I will see.
With him.
Justin Fields sucks. You got to get over it. All right. Anyways, this is a weight loss podcast. I know Charles wants to go watch the championship game, so this might be a little bit of a quicker episode.
We'll see.
But it was a very busy week for both of us. As you saw with our medals just a little bit ago. We'll get into that, but we'll start things off with weight updates. So I was 322 last week. 332. I said 22. 332. 335 today. But I think I know why. I think I'm holding on a bunch of water. I've been weightlifting a lot more.
And you did 2 races.
I did 2 races this weekend, which we'll get into later.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And Charles, I don't know my notes.
No, I was at 285.2, 286. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean, and I swam and everything today. I just, we're both so much further ahead right now this year than what we were last year. And we'll get into that with our times.
Yeah.
I mean, you just rucked a 5K faster than what you ran your first 5K.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good time.
And you didn't get to run it because you were on ice.
No, I did run it.
You slid the whole way.
I did run it.
You slid.
Yeah.
Put skis on, Bob.
But yeah, we both went backwards. Me and Charles had a race on Saturday morning. Shout out to our friend Alex. He came with us. Yep. It's 4 miles. It was the longest race I've ever done. And I got the Apple Watch award for longest run. And I saw that you did too. So 4 miles. Charles was still dealing with a little bit of his gout going on. So I did feel bad that I left you behind. Like I was trying to stay with you and then I turned around and you were just gone. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I fell right there. And, when we were right there taking a break after the first mile and a quarter, I fell and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then a minute later, I have a back spasm. And I literally, for the next 10 minutes, could barely breathe. And I'm sitting there stretching, trying to get it out. And I'm just like, I'm not catching him now. There's no way I'm catching him. But I wasn't very upset with my time, even though I walked like that. And I stopped and stretched for 2 or 3 minutes. I almost still put it in an hour. That was our goal, was an hour. Yeah, and I was like, oh, we're going to blow it out. You blew it out.
Well, I did 54 minutes.
You blew it out.
My first 5K was 52.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I actually ran
not
quite a bit
hilarious. That's the wrong word to use. It
just shows how far we've come.
Yeah, absolutely.
The 5K portion of it. Granted, now this is race number 2 of the Snowball Series. We got 2 more to go. Yep. Each race gets longer. So,
and it's a huge buildup
to show the medals. If you can see, you put them together and it creates the St. Louis skyline. You're not really going to be able to see this on camera, but very cool.
We get 4. Yeah, after we get all 4 of them, you can.
Yeah, we'll get a close up. But big fan of it. It was a really good time. It was 25 degrees when we got there.
12.
It was super cold. It was super cold.
And
I didn't start to feel not my hands were so cold the first quarter mile of that, but then once I got moving, I was fine and I was sweating.
Yeah, the wind though was terrible.
Yeah,
it was
bad.
20 mile an hour, chilling winds. It was colder when we got done than when we started.
Overall, it was a great experience, though.
It was. I got to see a portion of the Kirkwood area I've never seen.
Yeah, those houses out there are awesome.
Yeah.
I will say you get past the 5K portion, and then it was uphill for a straight
I was fine with that.
0.7 miles. That was not great.
I tried to run up all the hills except for the one where I stopped and you kept on going. Yeah. That was the only hill I walked up because
that was a really steep hill though.
It was, and my back was hurting. And I was just because you and Alex were kind of jogging because I kind of kept catching you guys, right?
Yeah.
And, I was just well, I'll just keep doing this because I'm going to run up the hills because they'll walk up the hills. And yeah, it was just, I can't believe I fell like that. Those guys were cool.
I mean, you hit a huge patch of ice.
Yeah, I feel bad for that. Really, he looked like he was in great shape. He was wearing shorts. Did you see him by
Yeah,
the other eyes?
yeah,
Yeah, he felt bad because he
yeah.
wasn't going anywhere. That guy was taking it serious, so I feel
Hmm.
really bad for him. But I really think that's something. And I'm not trying to diss. We don't try to diss on the races we do because I thought it was a great experience. Loved it. Love the snowball series. I think it's great for ramp up when you're trying to
Hmm.
get your distances up throughout the
Hmm.
year. But like a de-icer, I mean, this is a week and a half after it snowed. Like there could have been a
Well, the
de
problem was it rained the day before, and then it got down to 10 degrees
yeah,
overnight.
but they could have put a de-icer out or something. Like there's some kind of chemical they
It's
put on
living
those
up to
three
its name,
spots.
bro.
Yeah, I
I was
mean,
fine with it. I mean, it sucks that you fell. It sucks that
yeah,
people fell. But yeah, there was
yeah,
that one dude that fucked himself up.
yeah.
But there was one portion that was like straight ice.
Oh yeah, they actually had like two people working saying, "Hey, just don't even lift your feet off the ground, just slide." And I was like, I almost felt like going off into the snow and walking through the
Yeah.
snow. Like,
Yeah.
but
But
it was awesome. It was hilly. It was great.
looking forward to the next one. The next one is a 7K. So it's like 4.4 something miles, I believe. And then we
Okay,
got a 5 mile to finish it off in
let's
mid
go.
February.
Let's go.
Um, great time. Looking forward to the next one. I do hope it's a little bit warmer. But then Sunday, I got my Ruck Vest, which I've really been enjoying. I've just been walking and hiking with it on, but I signed up to do a 5K. It was 10 degrees when I got there, and with the wind chill, it was like -5.
Whew.
There's a picture on our Instagram. You can see my mustache had icicles
I
coming off
know.
of it.
The wife showed me all of it. I was
Uh,
laughing. I was like, "Yeah, he
yeah,
said his beard froze."
it did. It was. I had so much fun. It was so hard. I really got worn out, but it's a trail run. It was a trail race.
Yeah,
It
I saw it.
was an ice rink the whole way. Besides the very beginning when you were on a walking path, other than that, it was just a frozen over like hiking trail.
So were people like trying to run on that
A
ice?
ton of people were running, and I did not see a single person fall. I almost fell bad a couple times because having a weighted vest on would make falling even worse.
Oh hell yeah!
I almost felt bad a couple times, but I ran like 90% of it as much as I could. I did walk some when it was like real icy, but I was like kind of running in the snow next to where the ice was.
Yep.
But I kind of messed up my toe because I was landing weird. But
Yeah,
I did that in 48 minutes.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I was just hoping to do it in about 45, but then when I saw the actual trail, and we're gonna take a pause here, and I'll show the video.
Pause.
Um, it was gnarly. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was so much fun though.
Crazy.
And it was called the Shitter. The SHITR Shitter Shivering Icy Trail Run. It was a really good time. Got a beanie with it and a sticker. And my friend Sarah came with me, and it was her first race ever. And I was like, this is a fucking crazy one to be your first race.
She's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm done. Sorry,
No,
Sarah.
it was a really good time. That one was put on my MSE Racing. It was super, super fun. The biggest thing, my biggest accomplishment this weekend is not only the progress that we've both made with running. I found my like pace where I can just run.
Yep.
And like still kind of talk, because I was talking to Deathridge that whole time we were jogging. Now it's not fast; it's barely faster than walking, but I can do it, and that feels so good. Like I probably ran about a mile straight on Saturday, and I wasn't like, because when we did the Market Mile and the Macklin Mile, I was dead after a mile. For this, I obviously had to keep going, but felt really good that I like kind of found my pace to where I'm not overworking. My heart rate is fairly under control.
Yeah.
Feels so good. Feels so good, dude.
And you're ragging yourself on the pace, but it's still a 12 to 13 minute pace. That's good.
Yeah, no,
That's
no.
good.
I'm totally fine with it. I still want to run a 5K in a half hour this year. Like that's one of my bucket lists.
I mean, it's not bucket list. It's going to happen.
We'll see. But that brings me to, I have an idea.
Okay.
So it's still January.
It is.
And I've done 3 races so far.
Yeah.
And you've done 2.
Yep.
We got 2 more of these, which are longer.
And running with Yeti.
And then we're going to sign up for Running with Yeti, which is the first 5K that we did last year. I think we started the podcast like right after we did it,
I think so.
even
too.
though it was snowed out, so we didn't actually do it. We did it
Running
virtually.
with Yeti snowed out. Who would have
Yeah.
thought? I was so upset about that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that. So essentially, we're gonna have a race each month of the year.
Yep.
I want to run a 5K every month this year,
I'm down with
and
that.
I would just want to see where we can get
the
at the end.
progression.
Yeah. Now, granted, the February one, like the 7K and the 5 mile, I don't think we need to do another 5K on top of that because we'll be running a 5K distance.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really fun.
Okay, so what do you think at the end of the year is going to be your best time?
30 minutes is all I care about. If I
Okay.
beat that. Now, do I hope I do that like in July? Sure. But if in December I got to push myself to get to that 30 minutes, which I think I might be able to, I might have to do, I want to do it.
I think you're going to do 30 by July. I'm just going to be open and honest with you about it. If you keep running like you are now and your cardio.
Well, the only time I'm running is during races as of lately.
Well, I mean, I was down for 4 days with gout. Like, I didn't run any. But I truly believe that, like, I think we're both going to be closer to the 25-minute marker than what you think. I really think
30 minutes is all I care about.
I know, just like 270 was all you cared about. I'm just saying, he undershoots.
That's different, though. I don't.
overshoot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but you just found your stride, okay? And let me go through what's going to happen next. You're going to extend it, right? Like, you're going to say, okay, well, this is my stride, but 6 inches further on the stride, it's going to become more of a running stride than a jogging stride.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, you're going to be running instead of jogging at that pace, keeping zone 2 for the most part. And all of a sudden,
I'm still not in zone 2.
Okay, zone
Yeah.
2, zone 3.
Yeah.
But it's just going to keep going down, leveling out with your heart rate, and your speed's going to keep going up.
Yeah.
And I really think by the end of the year, you're going to be really surprised that you're putting together 8.5 minute miles.
Well, and
I really think you're going to.
If I keep jogging with this ruck vest on, because the dude who like organized the ruck part of that shitter race,
Yep.
he's like, we're gonna start doing rucking at like all of them. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. Not to brag, came in 4th overall in the ruck, and I came in 1st in my division.
How many people are in your division?
2 people. But I came in 1st.
Gold, baby.
I'll take it.
Gold.
I will fucking take it. But no,
That's awesome.
what's funny is like this entire time, running has been the thing that I hated the most, and I'm starting to enjoy it. Even the running races that we've done, I still had fun, but it was more miserable than fun to me. Where like the last 2 that I did were more fun than miserable.
Yeah.
Towards the end, I am like ready to be done. But I'm feeling more and more accomplished because I'm not just walking the whole thing like I have been. Yeah. So so that was my idea. 1 5K at least a month, like an organized one. So we're gonna be medaled out by the end of the year, dude. This is gonna be sick. But with the running from Yeti, should we do the 10K?
I don't care.
Because if you think about it, we're
building
building up
like an 8.5. So yeah, why not do a 10K?
We're building up to a 5 mile by mid-February, and then the first weekend of March would be a 10K, which is a 1.2 longer. I think it would make sense with the continued ramp up.
And the fact that we plan on doing 5 Olympic tries this year, and that's what we got to do is a 10K in each one.
Well, we're not doing 5 Olympic tries because we're doing rookies and rock stars. We're doing the sprint to see how much better we got. And the Chicago try, we're going to do the sprint again, see how much better we got.
Yeah.
So that leaves like 3.
Yeah, you're right.
And one of them, so we're going to be doing 2 Olympic tries because the other one's going to be a relay.
So 3 Olympic tries and a relay because we're doing Creve Coeur, Springfield, and Carlisle.
Yeah, that one's a relay.
I thought there was another one in there too. Well, we'll probably add one. Another local one.
Okay, we're doing Springfield, the St. Louis one, and then Carlisle.
Well, there's 2 St. Louis ones. There's Old Town, and then there's Creve Coeur.
Are we doing Old Town? I didn't think we had that one.
We did Creve Coeur, but since we're moving Lake Havasu, why don't we throw Old Town on there too? Maybe we'll look because
the New Town. You mean?
Yeah, the New Town, because there's like 5 tries this summer in St. Louis.
Yeah,
so we can.
I don't think the New Town is an Olympic distance.
I thought there was both.
There might be. I don't know.
I don't know. We can look at it.
But I kind of like we're building up to an Olympic because we have rookies and rock stars. I don't know.
We'll see.
The thing is, I might not be able to do the Carlisle Lake.
That's okay.
We're supposed to be going to Ireland for our friend Jen's birthday in
That's fine.
September
We can find another one.
because her birthday is 9/11. Brutal. Uh, but
I've had a couple friends like that.
yeah, my thought is to do a 10K for the running from Yeti, but also I'm fine with just a 5K.
I mean, we're theoretically not going to have to do a 10K until June.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with just doing 5Ks and getting our 5K down because that's what our first race is going to be, is a 5K.
Yeah, it's true. And I'm counting that as a 5K in May, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though I'll probably do that Biz Dash one again with work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just ready for the trails to open up so I can start biking again. It's been really frustrating because
yeah, I mean we still have ice everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally like 5 degrees outside right now. It's kind of cool. Like we actually are having winter for the first time in a long time.
Yep.
But I wish it would like snow more because it's just like shitty half melted ice snow right now.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to our ski trip next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 40 something degrees that day, which kind of sucks.
But it's gonna be kind of good too.
Yeah, but so we are skiing this weekend. And it's gonna
snowboarding.
But Charles is gonna snowboard, I'm gonna ski, and then we're gonna switch off and see how it goes.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I just want to stop one time without falling. I want to see if I still got it.
Yeah,
I got it because I'm gonna have to do a side turn and slide and not face plant. Like that's
yeah.
My butt's gonna be hurting. I know it is.
Really looking forward to. I got the equipment booked. I booked it 2 days ago.
Okay.
So I didn't get you a helmet because I know you picked up a helmet. So
yep. How much money did I save you?
$12.
Okay, so all I got to do is use it 3 times and it paid.
Yeah, exactly. If we continue to go, we have a lot of fun. If we continue to go, I'm going to buy a helmet and probably just skis eventually. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think my sister Taylor, shout out to Taylor. I think she got lift tickets the same day. She's going to come out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you out there, Tay Tay. Is that her nickname or is that just one?
I used to call her that all the time.
I'm calling her Tay Tay.
Yeah, when we were younger. We're gonna have a busy next few weeks, and then it'll be try time, baby. So we just got to find. So we got the next race in March, and then we just need to find something in April. I did find the Cardinals are putting on a 5K, and it's like $30, and the medal's really cool, and you get like Cardinals like moisture wicking. I know you're not a huge Cardinals fan, but I think it'd be cool when you start and end in Busch Stadium.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, and I don't think anybody's really a Cardinals fan right now because they suck. Because y'all are fair weathered fans.
They're very Bearsing right now. The ownership. Dude, I have a Cardinals tattoo, dude. I'm diehard. It's just when they.
How many games did you go to last year?
Like 2.
Did you pay for the tickets or were they free?
No.
Exactly.
It's a way to tell the ownership, like, hey, quit fucking around. You had Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt, and you wasted the end of their careers because you didn't build a team around them. That's shitty.
Yeah, they didn't need to until they stop losing revenue. They will not put money in. Like you look at.
They didn't lose revenue again.
Well, I know, but you look at some of these teams.
BFIB,
like the Yankees, they will stack their roster like they did last year
and buy World Series
once every 7 years, just so they can get another ring and make sure that they expand their revenue.
Yeah,
it's business.
I think the Cardinals one would be fun.
Yeah.
It had the coolest looking giveaway stuff from when I saw. But we can look.
That's all I care about.
The running from Yeti stuff looks pretty cool this year too.
Good.
But we kind of talked about it last week. We've been meal prepping a lot. I kind of ate like shit yesterday because I ran a lot. I was worn out. Went to Olive Garden. So me and Steffi have this thing called the trash wheel.
Yep.
It's all like chains, and we spin it. And we go to wherever it says. And the first spin we get is Olive Garden. I have not been to an Olive Garden in like probably 15
What'd
years.
you
get? The crispy chicken fettuccine Alfredo.
It's the only thing. If it's got the Alfredo sauce on it, that's...
Dude, it was surprisingly good.
Their Alfredo sauce is amazing.
I've been shitting nonstop all day today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All the butter that's in the Alfredo sauce.
So I only ate half of it, and then I ate the other half for lunch because it was like 1,700 calories.
My parents were in town. We ate Bella Milano.
That's way better than Olive Garden, though.
I had the Cajun chicken pasta, and it's got Alfredo sauce, too. I was shitting all over the place.
Bella Milano is way better than Olive Garden.
So Olive Garden, little story on Olive Garden. The Alfredo sauce, the last time I went like 5 years ago, it was like $4.50 for a side of it.
Yeah.
Whenever I was in college and stuff, instead of going to Frizoli's, we would go get soups and salads at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
because the Alfredo sauce was free, just like at Frizzoli's.
Mm-hmm.
And we would just sit there and crush breadsticks in their Alfredo sauce.
I used to do that at Casa Gallardo with their chips. I would order their avocado ranch, dude. That shit was so good.
Yeah,
and then I would
like-
just buy like a soda.
Yeah,
and just
like-
eat that. My bill would be like $4, and then I'd tip like 10 because they'd bring us like 10 things of chips.
You ate cheap when you were in college.
Oh, that was high school, dude.
Yeah,
I was a mall rat back then. And Casa was like in the
I worked
parking
the
lot.
mall. Yep.
But you know, I to be honest, I was surprised by how good the food was at Olive Garden. It tore me up, but I also have not eaten like shitty fat fuck pasta in a long time, so I think that's part of it too. But meal prepping, that kind of stuff. So I talked about it last week. I did get Factor.
Okay. Oh my God! Don't break the new table.
It came today, so I thought we'd open it and see what.
All right, let's
see
do
what we
this.
got. Because to be honest, I don't remember what I ordered.
All right. Well, while he's opening that, I did meal prep today.
Yeah.
So I made a garlic honey chicken in a crock pot.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
And it's like, it's okay. I hate using recipes that are online, not just making shit up myself. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do a video on it because, like, my wife's got a friend over, and my homemade Chipotle ranch stole the show over that.
Yeah. Well, I know you're gonna bring some, but I'm gonna try this tonight because I'm gonna be doing a video review of each one of these to give like an unbiased review and how I feel about it.
All right, let's see it.
Also, I got this thing. It's called a Gerber dime. It's like my favorite thing I've ever bought. I use it. I carry it every day, and it's awesome. It's awesome. It's got like, it's a multi-tool. I love it. So check them out. Let's see. Oh, free box coupon.
Oh, let me look at that.
Also, you know me, I had to pork and bison jalapeno bratwurst. I have to give that a shot.
Uh-oh, it says give your friends one of these. Can I have one of these?
Of course, dude.
Oh, we got the jalapeno cheddar brats.
You know it.
This guy loves his sausage.
You know it, dude.
I mean, I'm impressed right now. How much was this? 50, 60 bucks? Take that paper out of there. It's making so much noise.
I know. That's why I was just taking them all out.
Is that everything?
So it's 10 meals. Got green chili queso and chicken thigh pasta. I know I got some of these for Steffi. Chimichurri chicken breast. Tex-Mex beef bowl.
Whoo!
Santa Fe style grilled chili beef skillet.
Here, I'm going to show these off.
Yeah, fiesta salmon. Spicy pork bolognese.
Oh.
Barat spiced pork.
All right.
Smoky Gouda chicken. I've heard this is like one of their best ones.
I would have gotten two of them then.
Pimento verde pork chop.
Sounds great.
And last one, grilled chicken and brown butter Yukon mash.
Ooh.
So they're microwavable meals. They certainly look like microwavable meals.
But they look good and fresh, too, at the same time.
They do look good. I'm very excited to try it. So follow our YouTube, obviously. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll be doing reviews of all of these. So it'll take me, about a week to do all this. I know some of these are for Steffi. I got Steffi like the salmon one and some of these other ones. But I am very, very excited to give it a try. I think I'm going to try the bratwurst tonight.
Monday, Scott is going to have 4 servings of bratwurst for a total of 720 calories.
I'm not having 4.
Because you're eating 2 tonight. You're going to eat 2 tomorrow.
You're damn right. Nah, I wanted to get, these were like an add-on for like an extra $10. But no, my work does like promotions like around the beginning of the year.
Here you go, bub.
And I had like a 60% off thing. That's normally like $100 and something. I got it for like $56 for 10 meals.
Well, I guess I get it for free here.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but yeah.
$104 value for free. So I'm just going to do the same thing you did.
There you go, dude.
And you get a percentage off your other ones too.
Fuck yeah.
I
But
get-
I'm very excited about trying it.
Give Steffi one so she can get a free box.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's how that works.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about giving that a try. It's our first ever unboxing here on the show.
Okay.
Um,
So another thing that we were going to talk about, I brought mine. Did you bring yours?
I didn't bring it, no.
Oh, okay. Well, you go first.
No, well, I had one other thing. I got my custom water bottle today. If you can see it. It's from Strava.
Okay.
It covers my year in sports. Got my name on it. Got how many workout hours I put in. It's got my total elevation for the year, total miles traveled while working out. It's pretty cool.
It is really cool.
I think it's just going to go on the shelf, though, because I'll
Yeah.
fuck it up if I like start
Well,
putting
it's
it
only
away.
like a 12-ounce water bottle. So, yeah, it is going to show.
But it's pretty cool. It's
That's
made by the
badass.
feed. They partnered with Strava because I input everything from Apple Fitness into Strava, and it's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
I like that a
Give
lot.
a shout out there.
That's really cool. Can I see it?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to what mine next year says.
I do. That's really cool, man.
Yeah. So put
That's
it on
awesome.
myself.
Yeah, that's just as good as a medal right there, man. That's big time. We did so much last year. It's crazy when we sat down and talked about it.
Yeah, we did do a lot, and we're gonna blow it out this year. What we're gonna do, though,
Yeah.
it's gonna be way more.
Speaking of that,
So we've talked about it in the past. We both love to read,
yep.
and Charles had an idea that we would do our favorite book that we read in 2024.
Yeah. What was your idea for 2024?
Yeah. Charles is just like books that we recommend or whatever.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna let you start it off because
Well-
I actually, to be honest, I haven't had time to think about what mine is.
well, I know what yours is going to be because a new Red Rising came out last year. So.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it was the year before?
It was the year
Gold God
before.
or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're losing all this weight. We're getting back and we're getting fit. But, it's all about balance too. Like, you've got to work your mind too. So we read a lot.
Mhm.
I do a lot of fictional reading. I do a lot of mental prep reading. Like
we audiobook
Rich
a
Dad.
lot.
Yeah,
We
Rich Dad,
audiobook a lot.
Poor Dad. I read over 120 books last year. That's crazy. The two best books that I can give people, the best one if you're trying to lose weight, and shout out to Matthew, my cousin, because he is the one that got me onto this. This is the guy from The Biggest Loser, Bob Harper. This is The Skinny Rules. And my cousin went through a huge weight loss journey 15 years ago and was like, hey, do this if you want. Just follow these simple rules and you'll lose a bunch of weight. That's where I got my broccoli. Yeah, that's where I got my broccoli idea from, because in this book, he'll tell you, eat as much broccoli every day as you want. Like, how you can't just stop eating when you're used to eating so much, but you can eat the right macros and stuff. And it's really good. It's really good. And if you buy the book, it comes with like 300 recipes too that they use on The Biggest Loser. So Bob Harper, The Skinny Rules. And then by far the best book that came out in 2024. The best book that came out in 2024 is Brandon Sanderson's The Wind of Truth. The Way of Kings trilogy. I don't know if
is that the whole trilogy right there?
No, so this is the very first one. I grabbed the wrong one. I just realized that because it says Way of Kings. This is book one, but The Winds of Truth, which wasn't on there whenever I said it, was the one that just came out in December. It's book 5 of 9 or 10 that's scheduled to come out over the next 14 years. All the books are this thick, just like George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. Brandon Sanderson is the writer that finished the Wheel of Time novels. Whenever I think it was Mr. Jordan died. And he is making his own Cosmere of planets and gods and just all kinds of awesome nerdy shit that I love.
This is a side to Charles that you don't see very often.
It's not.
Yeah, he's like super into high fantasy.
I am. And I am. You can thank Star Wars for that. I mean, it's just, but it is awesome. This is, part of the Stormlight archives. But for those of you that want to try Brandon Sanderson, but you don't want to try something as big as the Bible, you can start with the Mistborn series, which if you're a TikToker like I am and you swipe, you'll see a bunch of people that do book reviews. And one of the best 5 high fantasy novels, trilogies to read is definitely Mistborn. But they also have a second trilogy too to Mistborn, which I mean he's doing, and they're all starting to correlate. Like all the planets, there's one character that's in all
it's
of
like the
them.
MCU of high fantasy
It
books.
is, and he is balling out. It's, I mean, the newest book was absolutely amazing. Our friend Seaway tried. I think he said he got through the first one and half the second one, and he just couldn't do it anymore.
Who?
Calloway.
Oh,
So he tried, but it's just you've got to pay attention in some books, and this book you really, because he's got so many different layers in his books, and like once you start reading them, you're going to go back and read them again because you read a different planet's books. And you're like, oh shit, how did he get off planet to that one? And you start finding out, how they travel from one planet to another, and it's just there's a lot of cool shit going on.
mm-hmm.
I think you would love it, but I don't think you have enough time right now, especially with all your other
I mean,
books
I can
that you
audiobook it.
Yeah, but I don't think you could. Like, I'm like 40 books into his Cosmere,
nope.
right? Like, you can't do that.
I'm just not into high fantasy. I'm just not. I don't like it.
Red Rising is kind of high fantasy,
but it's more sci-fi than high fantasy.
Yeah, Star
What's
Wars.
funny is that
Star Wars is definitely high fantasy.
Me and my buddy Rich, who introduced me to Red Rising, he's like, it's not the same.
but
and he reads a ton.
But
I don't like mages and magic and all this crazy shit. I like space. I like sci-fi. I like time travel.
Yep. What else? Okay. It's in here. It's in here.
Maybe. I don't need to read 40 books.
No.
I know, fucking nerd. Actually, I am. But so I was just trying to remember all the books that I read last year. Just due to recency bias.
Yep.
Book 1, Wool, WOOL, of the Silo series. Really, really sucked me in. Just finished the last of the books. There is like an epilogue type book thing that's a little bit shorter that I plan on starting here soon. Couldn't recommend that enough. Wool, Silo series. It's also a thing on Apple TV. I think as far as my favorite book that I read last year, though, is The Martian.
By Andy Weir.
Yeah.
It's a good book. Great book.
I loved the movie, and I loved the book way more.
I know, and the movie was so good. I could not believe that the book blew the movie out.
Yeah, it's great. If you liked the movie, I know a ton of people saw it. I think it won like movie of the year, didn't it? The book's even better. I liked Mark Watney even more in the book than I did the movie, and I loved him in the movie.
Matt Damon's awesome.
It really just, I mean, it's like a book compared to movie. The book is 9 times out of 10 going to be
like
better.
Harry Potter. It's like, Lord of the Rings. The book is 10 times better.
Yeah. So that one, also another movie that's coming out, Mickey 17 is what the movie's called. The book is Mickey number 7. It's sci-fi space stuff.
Sounds awesome.
It's about he's an expendable. He's like, he clones himself over and over, and like his consciousness transfers, and so he's an expendable. So like, if like their nuclear reactor goes down and needs something reset, they send him in there because he'll just print a new version of him. But his consciousness transfers. So like, he's technically more. I don't know. It's really good. But The Martian, book of the year 2024
like
for me.
Tom Cruise movie too, right? Where they're all
Live, Die, Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Worst marketing ever.
Yeah.
Because the movie is fucking awesome.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the movie
was awesome.
Was so good, and I was just like, I'll watch it. It was like the other Tom Cruise movie that didn't get a lot of love, where he has to repeat the same day over and over again. Die, Repeat. Yeah, that's a different movie than what I was talking about.
Oh, what were you
I was talking about where they live on the space station, they're flying around, making sure that there's no alien life, and it's just 2 of them on there.
Oh yeah, I did see that forever ago. I remember
that was a really good movie too.
I remember I liked it.
That was a really good movie. I don't
remember what it was called.
Stellar? No, not Stellar.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
I don't remember.
Really good movie because Morgan Freeman was in it too, right?
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne. I can't.
I don't know. I saw it when I first set up a Plex server years ago, right when it came out. It was good though.
Yeah.
From what I remember, I think Edge of Tomorrow or Live, Die, Repeat, whatever you call it, was better.
Well, I know why.
It's like Groundhog's Day.
Yes. But with Emily Blunt in it.
Yeah. Speaking of The Martian and Andy Weir, though, Project Hail Mary is going to be a movie soon. It's one of my favorite books I've ever read in my entire life by Andy Weir.
Yeah.
Check that one out. It's close to this thick.
Yeah. And I think so whenever I downloaded and read it, it was free on Audible.
Oh, really?
Holy shit.
I got the actual book, and I read it.
Okay.
Couldn't recommend that one enough. I turned a few of my friends onto it. Great book. Actually, I had another idea. I don't know if we should, but the Conqueror Challenge, we did the Star Wars ones. They have Harry Potter ones now, and they have Lord of the Rings ones now. I was thinking, I don't know if we have time to do it this year, is we do one of those, and we read the book before we complete whatever book we're on.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun.
I'd much rather read Lord of the Rings again than Harry Potter.
I've never read The Lord of the Rings. I have them, but I've never read them.
Mine's going to be blown.
I reread all the Harry Potters. I read the first 6 Harry Potters, and then I never read the 7th, and then I reread them all at like 30.
But I almost don't want you to read The Lord of the Rings, because if you just watch the theatrical version of Return of the King, and you haven't watched the extended version where it goes in after, like,
I watched the extended,
where it goes an hour and a half, where Frodo goes back to his hometown and everything. Mm-hmm. Okay, because that was completely left out of the theatrical version. Whenever I read that book, I was just like, my favorite trilogy is now dog shit, because they left out the best part. And I mean, I understand that Sam and the other guy had to be comic reliefs in a movie that serious, but in the books they're badasses, man.
Well, yeah, and
just wait. Oh my god!
I have a lot of friends who read Lord of the Rings like after seeing the movies, and they were like, some parts of the books are way better, but like Battle of Helm's Deep, like it's crazy in the books, like how little it seems shit gets fucked up, and in the movies it's just epic battle,
Yeah.
I do want to read it, and that would be a way for me to force myself to read it.
Yeah.
I say we think about it because those medals are like $300.
Yeah.
Because I think it does The Hobbit too. I don't know. Let's look.
Yeah. Well, you can go ahead and look. Have you ever read The Samaritan by Tolkien? Okay. I have that one. I still haven't read it.
My wife has. She said it's basically like reading the Bible.
Okay.
But for Middle Earth. Okay. Let's.
George R.R. Martin did that for Game of Thrones, and I couldn't get through it, even on Audible.
Fire and Blood?
Yeah, the history of all the houses and everything. Like, it was just... could not get through it.
Steffi read it. She liked it. All right, we are pulling up the Lord of the Rings virtual challenge. So...
Nope, it's just the Lord of the Rings.
But then there's this. Oh, there's extra. The Kings of Gondor. They are cool.
They are badass. It'd be awesome if you got a ring at the end too, wouldn't it?
It would be. And it's like virtual, and it's a ton of miles. It keeps us accountable. So there's 8 medals. That's a fucking... Oh, look at that fucking holder. That's kind of sick.
Which one?
Look at the holder that holds them all.
Oh,
that's kind of sick.
Sold.
Okay, so the ultimate bundle, $300. I don't think we need to sign up for that anytime soon. Maybe when we're like wrapping up tri-season, we'll revisit this to keep us going. The Eye of Sauron medal is sick though.
The Sauron medal is, and so is the Elven one on the
Why
far
is
right.
there 8? There's 3 books, including The Hobbit. There's 4.
Well, go back up and see. They got the 3 kings.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got Rohan.
Start with the Shire.
Where they start.
There's a ring in the medal. Fuck. Maybe we'll just do just the 3, the main 3. I don't need the king ones.
Well, that would be 5. The king ones are 3 of them. And if we're going to do them, we might as well just
go. So it's the Shire, the Fellowship, Mines of Moria, Eye of Sauron, and Mordor.
282 miles for that one. Scroll down real quick. Let's see what the other ones are.
Rohan is 450 miles. I don't necessarily think I need the Helm's Deep, Gondor, and Rohan ones.
Well, wait. It gives 2 different links. You can do 70 miles or 662 miles.
We would do the longer one, especially if we're going to be... Well, I guess to get 8 medals...
662 miles.
Yeah. We just leave our steps on.
Let's do it.
Well, I say we revisit this after tri-season.
I say we do it now.
I'm not spending $300 right now, dude. I'm just not.
I just want that. I want 2 of those freaking medal holders to hold our medals that we have.
Actually, we need to look at so from the Shire to Mordor is only 200, and that's like the books. I don't need the Gondor. And I don't know. We'll think about it. I say we revisit it at a later date.
What other ones do they have?
It is cool though. The only ones that I would even a little bit be interested in is Star Wars, which we've done, Lord of the Rings, or Harry Potter.
They got Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they got Game of Thrones. I'm not doing that one unless they finish the books, which they won't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be totally opposed to Game of Thrones because man, did I love it. Speaking of me not liking high fantasy, man, did I love the show. I read the first book, but I was like, and that's when like
I can't
the
believe
show surpassed the books.
I can't believe you stopped reading the books after the end
I
of book 1.
get a lot of shit for this. I'm not a huge fan of his writing style.
You know, chapter to chapter, focusing only on one character, and then sometimes you go 500 pages before you hear about. Like I found myself
like his
skipping.
interactions in between humans don't seem like real interactions. It's like Jon Snow patted Arya's head. Jon Snow patted Arya's head like 10 times on one page, and I'm like, bro, knock it off. Granted, it was the first one.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of hate for that. I get a lot of hate for it. And it's probably founded, but also fuck George R. R. Martin. Finish the books.
Yeah, I mean,
then I'll read them. I'll gladly read them.
I used to say it about Lucas. You know, I hope he dies so someone else will step in and finish the films for him. Well, he just sold it for $1 billion because he was smart. I mean,
$4 billion.
$4 billion. Sorry, after taxes, 1.
yeah.
But you know, I'm kind of the same way with George R. R. Martin right now. Like, if I wouldn't even ask him for an autograph, like, you know, if he just walked up to me and started talking to me, and I realized who it was, I would probably walk off to keep myself from like spitting. Like I'm really upset with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had the next book written back in like 14 or 15, and he was sending it off. He was like, "Oh, it's 4,800 pages. We need it at 2,800 or 1,600 pages. So they're going to slim it down, and we'll release it in a year."
Yeah, Winds of Winter has been coming out since I started the first season.
Yeah, he's written it 3 times or something. Yeah. You know. But now he's doing the dragons, the whatever.
My sister calls it Dragon Tales.
Yeah, the Dragon Tales. Like, you know, at this point, I'd rather watch DuckTales than what he puts out.
That's the best theme song of any cartoon of all time. Dude, I love that theme song.
Chippendales.
Oh no, Chippendales is good, but DuckTales is.
I mean, DuckTales is awesome, but Chippendales.
Mine is 80s, like 80s, early 90s, like cartoon theme songs. It goes Inspector Gadget,
absolutely,
TMNT.
I was hoping you would say that. That's my number 1.
Yeah, DuckTales.
So I got TMT on there, and of course Inspector Gadget. And I'm not putting Nickelodeon, but Scooby Doo is on there too. Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Come on, everybody knew that one.
Inspector Gadget is a straight up bop, dude.
But the Looney Tune Kids, too, whenever it came out in the early 90s, was awesome. But Hey Dude was like one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows.
Oh, I hated Hey Dude.
I knew you would.
I hated Hey Dude. Salute Your Shorts is good.
Salute Your Shorts was awesome.
Adventures of Pete and Pete, the theme song, is actually a super rad song, too.
Is it?
Yeah. I actually heard that on like my Apple came on the other day. I might have been drunk with Jared. I don't know, but it's a cool song. But anyways, I gotta take a break.
Oh yeah,
I'll be right back.
All right,
I gotta pee real bad.
Okay.
I-O.
That's right, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, but we're back. I think I peed for like a minute straight. I'm just straight crushing water. Been using my Hydrate Spark, paying attention to it, getting well over 100 ounces a day. So
I'm not gonna lie to you, I almost bought one at the Apple store.
Dude, I love them. They're on sale all the time on Amazon. Check out Amazon.
Okay, yeah, $69, the same ones you have.
They have ones like that size, like if you're a huge Yeti too.
I kind of like that. So
the only reason I like this one, here I'll bring it on into the frame, the 21 ounce, is because it fits in my fucking cup holder. 'Cause I can't stand when something doesn't fit in my cup
You know
holder
where
in my
you
truck.
see where I put mine in the
Yeah,
middle
yeah,
console
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think I might have to do that just because. Yeah,
They just need to make a big one with just this, like, because Yeti did it where it's like small and then it goes up
big.
bigger.
Yep.
Yeah, they just need to do that, and I'll get a new one. But anyways, yeah, we're back.
We're back.
So the last thing we started it last week, and I think it's something we should keep doing as long as we can. Look at you checking out your beard.
I am
The camera.
Like, I mean, we got one more week of us being on camera with the beard, and I find myself
Is
I
it
look
one more week?
really ridiculous.
Is it one more? God, this is coming up.
Yeah.
It's one more Monday.
And we are going to videotape ourselves while we're
Yeah, of
getting
course
shaved
we
with
are.
Hannah. So
Yeah, I'll bring my GoPro.
yeah,
Definitely bringing the GoPro for skiing.
oh yeah, I'm gonna have to bring one for me too. You got 2 GoPros, right?
Yeah, Steffi's got an older one, but yeah, we can use it.
Okay,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
we'll see.
See how it's on our ass a lot. We'll see. So we did this last time. We asked a question. We ended the episode with that. I think we should do that again. It was fun.
All right, so you want me to go first? Is that why you're pausing?
Yeah, if you want.
No.
I still don't really know what I'm going to answer to this one.
Okay, well, so one societal rule you would change if you could, because Trump's coming in with like 300 rules, and I just thought of this. I'm like,
Yeah, shout out Trump for saving TikTok, even though he started the process of banning it. So, way to go.
But he saved it.
But he's taking all the credit, that's for sure.
Well,
I mean, honestly, it was a really smart move by him to do that. Get the youth vote or whatever, and then have Elon Musk do legitimate Sig Heils at the inauguration. Wild.
I didn't see that.
Wild. Anyways, what rule would I change? I would like to see where the fuck our taxpayer money goes. Or you could like vote on it, like where your tax money goes. Like you could choose, like, because obviously we spend way too much on defense, and taxes are too damn high.
Yep.
I would like to like vote to where tax money goes, or like you choose, like we choose for the market mile, like where our money goes, our donation, where it goes to. I would like that.
So, I mean, I guess I was going to say property taxes. I would get rid of them because I believe that everybody talks about slavery 200 years ago. I truly believe we're all slaves. If you own or you're in debt, you are indentured workers for this country. I'm getting on my pedestal here, but you can never retire. You can never just decide to stop working because you have everything paid off, because you don't. Because Big Brother wants $11,000 a year for me for my property taxes. And if I own a home,
move on Missouri, bro.
And I know, but it's still not for it would still be the same, because I would pay almost $1 million for the same house over here right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So the property taxes are the same. But what I'm saying is, if I own my fucking home and I paid sales taxes, I paid all my taxes, why am I paying property taxes every year? It's because you don't actually own it. Okay? Yeah. You don't own anything in this country. It's fake. It's smoke and mirrors. We're all slaves. But they've done a really good job of hiding it. Okay? And that's why you'll never see taxes go down. It's funny because whenever I was asking, or when I was telling what this question was going to be, I was like, "Oh,
you're even wilder."
Well, I truly believe that. Well, and you said taxes, and it made me think of it. Like, I don't think we should have rules on. I mean, if 15 people want to be married together, they should be allowed to.
Charles is like more than one wife.
Well, I think polygamy being outlawed. So the only reason why polygamy was outlawed is because the people that run shit were too dumb to put a tax code together for it. That's actually the legitimate reason on why polygamy was outlawed and deemed unconstitutional, is because they didn't know how to tax it. So why is it illegal? I mean, do I think it's morally ethic? Myself, I'm not going to answer that, but at the same time, I'm perfectly happy just having one wife.
You want more than one wife, dude?
No, I don't. But I think people should have the choice, and that's the whole point. If this is a free country, people should have a choice. Just like,
I mean, you can date, you can fuck whoever you want.
I know, but
just because
But why not?
But you get married for tax. I mean, like obviously for love, but like you also
So
get
what
it
if they
for
love
tax
15
purposes.
people? Like that's just it. Like, and I also think that drugs should
Yeah,
all be legal.
I think all drugs should be legal.
I
And
think all drugs should be
we should
legal.
expand like education as opposed to just don't do them.
Yes. You know, growing up my whole life, weed's the gateway drug, and I think every single person who's ever done alcohol at a high level knows that alcohol is the gateway drug to doing anything that fucks your life up. Okay, you get a god complex whenever you're drunk. You think you can go faster than cops. You can outrun cops. You don't see people high on weed trying to outrun cops. They are 10 miles under the speed limit trying to get to the gas station to get little Debbie cakes. Like that's what they're doing. Like they're playing video games. They're not out at the bar.
I've done alcohol at a high level, and I've never done anything crazy like that. Well, I jumped off a balcony and shattered my leg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would you have done that while you were high? No.
Probably not.
No, not unless someone had like a large pizza.
Not
unless there's a large pizza down there.
The thing is, like, I probably did do it high. I'd done it a bunch of times. I just jumped off the balcony and landed way wrong after a bunch of Jägermeister.
Jägerbomb.
Yeah. So
Jägerbombs.
The drug one is better, and it's just not legalizing. Like I don't think you should be able to go buy crack at like an Apple store like you can with weed.
Yeah.
I think it just needs to be decriminalized.
Yeah. I
mean, federally fucking just get over it with weed.
Yeah.
Just federally legalized. It's fucking crazy.
You know, and the fact that we have people in jail for life for selling weed, but like.
I think they're stepping a lot of that back. They're rolling.
But we have child molesters getting out after 10 years.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
It's just, I so many things just blow my mind. It really does. And I know I'm on a soapbox and I'm a conspiracy theorist about a lot of things, but it all comes down to control. Like with
I'm changing taxes, my question. By the way, you made me change it.
Ask 2 questions. Okay, you go to your question that's in your head right now.
What conspiracy theory has got to be true?
There are aliens.
Oh yeah, for fucking sure.
Because you want to know my theory on that?
What?
We are the aliens on this planet.
Yeah, I could see that.
We are the only thing that doesn't coexist with everything else in this fucking world.
I mean, we're mammals. You know, we don't just evolved monkeys.
Yeah, we are the virus of this planet. I'm going to go straight Matrix with it. We are the virus of this planet. Yeah, that is my conspiracy.
Mine's a little lower scale.
You wanted me to go all out.
Mine is that Michael Jordan didn't retire to go play baseball. He was like, it was like a hush suspension for gambling.
Okay,
there's a lot of stuff.
Kind of like Marvin Harrison retiring after someone gets shot in his restaurant with his gun.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, get me out of the spotlight.
I think there's got to be some truth to that.
Another conspiracy?
Yeah.
They have the cure for almost every illness and disease there is in the planet.
Oh, Big Pharma's fucked. Yeah, there is that.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, if you have enough money.
Over 30 years at South Park.
Yeah.
Straight shooting money.
If you just inject 500
But you say that, but Patrick Swayze still died from cancer. Like, you know they can heal it. I mean, we're still doing radiation, which we were doing back in the 60s to cure cancer. Come on.
I'm sure a lot of people were hoping it was like... Oh, also, I'm getting a little fucking crazy here, but it kind of seems like the coronavirus may have come from a facility.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of shit that points to that.
I think they proved it.
I don't know if it's proven, but there's smoke there, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
and just to put it out there, I'm vaccinated. I wore my fucking mask and I hated people that were like, fuck that freedom, that were just, spreading it everywhere.
But now we're finding out that the Moderna shot, which is the one I got, actually has caused some bad side effects too.
I think I got 2 different ones.
The Pfizer and the Moderna, probably.
Yeah, I did, because I had to get boosted when I went to.
See, I didn't get the booster.
Spain, I had to, or I couldn't get in.
Yeah, I did not do the booster.
Have never had COVID, and I cannot believe it. I truly think I'm just one of those freaks that's immune to it. Because, dude, my wife had it. We slept in the same bed. We flew on a plane together when you had it. A bunch of
I got it on the
plane. A bunch of my employees had it, and I would talk to them closer than we're talking right now, and I never got it. It's crazy. But my original question was, if you could send like an email or have a short phone conversation with yourself at 18 years old, what would you tell him?
Well, 18-year-old me,
18-year-old you.
I would say buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that.
I would have told myself if I wanted to play sports in college, which I did, go south because the warm weather is just better on your body.
Yeah.
And it's just more enjoyable playing baseball in 5-degree temperature suck.
I prefer after this weekend. I prefer running in super cold than super hot.
Not me, and I think it'll change once you lose weight. It will, and I would probably have told myself to stick with tennis and have played tennis in college and tried to make a career out of tennis
as opposed to baseball.
Yeah, I think when I look back at my tennis career, I was one singles, one doubles my freshman year of high school without any kind of coaching. Well, I had a high school coach, but I never took lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I would have taken lessons and just seen what I could have done because I think I could have competed. Let's just put it that way. I really think I could have competed.
Well, now that we're middle-aged men, let's start playing pickleball, dude.
It's fun, but I think it's like cheating.
Who cares?
Like lazy man's tennis. I want to get a workout. It is a workout, though.
Yeah, we just walk to race.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't know what else I would have told myself. Because I don't regret anything I've ever done. I regret some things I didn't do, just because I'm not usually I'm the crazy guy who my friends bet me I wouldn't go to China, and I just went to China for 3 weeks without any kind of reservations or anything. But sometimes I didn't do things, so it's like, I second thought it, and I wish I just would have went with my gut instinct on some things.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
yeah,
pretty lame. I know, like start saving. I don't know, like. I would have just told myself to live your life the way the way you want to, because I've had so much fun. I've met so many people.
Yeah.
Like stay with your mom's insurance agency. You could have had a $10 million book and been living a good life. Well, I also wouldn't have met you. I may not have met my wife, and I wouldn't have my 3 kids that I have and I love so much. Like, wouldn't change anything that I have right now because of something I did or didn't do in the past. But I think I would have enjoyed. I loved the camaraderie of the guys when we were together in college, but we all got together after like fucking 15, almost, like what, 15 years the other year. And as I'm talking to everybody, I realized that none of us hang out anymore.
Yeah,
we were brothers for 4 to 5 years.
Yep.
And it was almost like high school all over again, and I think that's something that high school and parents need to really prep their kids on too, is that detachment from what the world has been for 18 years to what the real world is.
See, what's crazy is all of my friends now are from high school.
Yeah. But you also live locally. Like if I still lived, in my original hometown, because we moved my sophomore year of high school,
mm-hmm.
I would probably still be living there and working there.
Yeah,
right?
And that's one of the things that I thought about with this question was like, I kind of wish I would have gone further away to school.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I don't know if I'd have the same relationship with all the friends that I have.
Well, and you wouldn't. I mean, you may have when you move back.
Because I got into schools further away. I just wanted to stay home to stay close to my friends.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing.
I wanted to stay close to my friends and family. And, I wish I would have went south. But I also wish, when we moved, I quit playing tennis.
Not that you would have went to Ohio State, Mr. Ohio State.
No, because
Mr. Ohio State billboard.
If my so my family were starting to hit their stride financially whenever I graduated. When my brother graduated, they afforded him to go to Rose-Hulman, but he was a valedictorian, so a lot of it was scholarship. But it was still $100,000 a year school.
Fuck that,
it's like WashU. It's not Ivy League because they don't want to give anybody else that prestige, but it is Ivy League, right? Yeah. They call it the new Ivy League or whatever now.
Yeah, I've heard of that school before, actually.
But out of state tuition was not something that
Yeah, of
my
course.
parents could do. It was military or scholarship,
Yeah.
and I had several offered. You know, I would have told myself to send out VHS tapes because that's how old I am to other college coaches outside of my local area. You know, because like, you know, I tied Scott Rowland's doubles record my senior year. Like, you know, I was leading the state for most of the year in batting
Can we look at
average.
this stuff
Yeah,
up?
you can
Okay.
actually. I
Because you
mean,
might get fact check.
oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin's probably watching this and he fact checks everything I say. This was why I'm 100% right all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I've been dealing with fact checkers for the last 15 years, like Trump, you know, but I mean, you know, I think, I don't know. I mean, like my senior year of high school, I hit like 455 or something.
Hmm.
Um, you know, played on one of the best Legion baseball teams my freshman year of college and my senior. Like I played on that Legion team for 4 years, and you know, played with some guys who got drafted and everything. And it's just, you know, if I would have realized that you had to self market yourself, I probably would have went somewhere bigger and probably somewhere further south,
Yeah.
because that's, I would have set my eyes on it. Because actually, my great aunt, actually, that's one thing I would have done. Damn it, you got me thinking about it. When my parents, my great aunt was going through dementia and everything, and my parents took, you know, they took her power of attorney. She moved in with them because she couldn't take care of herself.
Hmm.
Before she was bad, you know, she goes, well, does Charles want to, you know, take my house in Tampa and he can move to Tampa and play baseball down here and live down here? And I said no, because I loved the guys I was on my baseball team with. I loved the camaraderie, the sense of family that we had. And I said no to that. I kind of wish I would have done that.
That's a good answer.
I kind of wish I
That's a
would
good
have done
answer.
that, because I love Tampa. I actually, that's the only reason, not the only reason why I went with AAA when I started with them back in 2011 or 12,
Hmm.
but the reason why I went to Murfreesboro to work for them was because that was my first step to getting to headquarters down there and being
I
on
remember
the
you
big
when we
team.
first met. You said your ultimate goal was to move down there.
Yeah, it was. And I'm glad I didn't now because of all the weather and the insurance. But
Yeah,
at the same time,
my grandparents lived like near Tampa. I thought it sucked, dude. The weather's
yeah,
awful.
I mean, it
It's just
is.
like Jimmy Buffett human beings down there. I don't know. I don't like Florida. I just
See,
don't.
I love being on a beach. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
one
my
in Michigan
zen.
that's dope.
Yeah, but the
And
water's cold.
you don't deal with gators. Don't deal with gators.
Okay.
um,
They'd be my friends now, but
yeah.
that
Uh,
was a long answer. I'm
that
sorry.
was a very long answer. It was good though. We found our way there. Mine was more of like, besides the obvious like Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff, which is hilarious. My roommate at the time, John, shout out John. I don't know if he watches or not. Um, this was like my last year of college, and I was at his house. He had uh, dropped out, and went to a trade school, and now he's like a senior electrician, a master electrician somewhere, makes like crazy money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was at his house, and he's like, "Hey, I've been reading about this stuff called like Bitcoin. You can like make it with your computer. You can mine it yourself. Like this was back in the day where you could do that.
Still can.
Yeah, but you got to have crazy computers to do
Yeah.
it now. Before you could do it on like fucking this.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yep. I did. I said the same thing.
Yeah.
My brother was like, because Poker Stars went down in 2005,
Mhm.
or yeah, I think it was 2005. Poker Stars no longer, you couldn't play with cash, and they were using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And my brother was like, just get some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
That fake money?
Yeah. It still doesn't even make sense to me, but
No, it doesn't.
And over the years, I have had like whole Bitcoins in the past, but I don't anymore. I wish I
Yeah.
would have held it, but besides like the financial stuff, like investing in Apple or whatever it may be, it would be like quit fucking smoking, like you just started.
Yep.
Stop smoking. Get your weight under control now. I mean, like when I was 18, I was not in good shape, but I wasn't in horrible shape like I became. I started working at McDonald's when I was 16 and I got fat. But when I lost weight the first time, it was a lot easier than it was now.
Oh
a
yeah.
lot
Oh yeah.
easier. Just get out of control then. Because I would have been, who knows if my life would have been better or worse because of it, but I would have been happier with myself.
Yeah.
Um, and also, not to jump off that balcony because that kind of derailed my college career, to be honest with you. Like, I stopped going to class because I was crutching all over SIUE and it was awful. So I was just like, I'm just not going to class today for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the main thing is just get my health in order,
Yeah.
because now I'm in my late 30s now. Granted, I'm healthy. But, I'm sure I took years off my life smoking for so long.
Yeah.
And being morbidly obese for so long. Because, I mean, let's be real. Like, we weren't even like that fat. Like, because you see people that are fucking huge, dude. Like, you see people that are big.
Yeah.
And, one, you don't see old people, huge, big fat old people. You just don't.
Not very many.
You see overweight old people, but not like fat old people.
Nope.
But we were considered like morbidly obese.
Yeah.
I think
I think I still am for my height and weight.
I don't think so.
Maybe not morbidly, but I'm definitely obese. I gotta lose like 60 pounds before I'm not considered obese.
Well, I'm still at the very end of the obese scale.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Because at the snowball series, Deathridge was walking up behind me. He didn't even recognize me, which feels fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. But, I'm still considered obese. But also that scale is super old. It said Michael Jordan was overweight.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's because, we're not doing skin fold tests and stuff like that. Like, and I don't know if I want to do skin fold tests because I got a lot of extra skin on me right now.
Yeah,
the weight I lost.
It's getting worse. After the second race, I got chub rub real bad, and it was all the loose skin.
Oh, really?
In between my legs, yeah. So.
You need that.
I've been hydrating big time, like moisturizing my skin because, dude, my skins felt like fucking sandpaper after Saturday because it was so cold and just dried all my skin out. But yeah, I think I've just been like, don't let yourself get out of control as far as like your weight and partying because I was a big time partier.
Yeah, if I would have told, because I didn't party in high school, I kept the path, and like my freshman year of college was probably I don't want to say my best year, like baseball wise of college, but like I was just in better shape than anybody on my team. Like we'd show up for the 30-minute treadmill workouts at 5:30 in the morning, and everybody thought I was showing off or something. I was like, I'm trying to get a workout in. Like I wasn't even doing the pauses and stuff. The Rick Pitino workouts we were doing, like I was doing, 9 on the level and doing a 10. Like, I was running the distances with the pitchers, not the position players, because they ran distance. Like I wish if I could have told myself, hey, if I was going to go that route and go there and play baseball, not to drink. Girls. Yeah,
I don't regret any of that.
Keep the girls. Yeah,
I don't regret any of the partying. I really don't. But I got like a little crazy for a while.
I could have still partied without overindulging, and I think that, you know what I mean.
That's the point.
I know it is, and it was so much fun. But I think that derailed any kind of future with sports for me. Was because you can't wake up at 6 and run if you're going to bed at 4.
You can
after drinking.
I mean, I did
after drinking.
I did on New Year's Day at 38 years old.
Yeah, but it was you don't drink every night and beast for 2 hours. Then
my lifestyle, and that's another thing. Like this isn't even like talking to myself at 18. I wish we would have started this in 2023 or 2022 or 2021. Just think how much further along we'd be. Because like I generally enjoy the stuff that we do.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm going to enjoy an Olympic try.
I think we're going to love it.
I'm going to enjoy the end. But like I'm enjoying running races. Even the most physically fit Scott hated. I think I like tried out for cross country or something in not high school. I think I did track in grade school and I fucking hated it.
I loved it.
And that's when I played sports year round.
I loved it.
I hated it, dude. I hate it. I've always hated running, and I'm starting to enjoy it mainly because I've like researched about it and like actually like lost a bunch of weight. I'm surprised like my knees don't hurt anymore after running and stuff now, which is good. I mean, I know why. It's because I've lost so much weight, but I also just feel like I run smoother.
Well, your form is getting better too. Yeah. So, and you've got a little bit of a jump in your step. I love watching you run now because it was a struggle bus before, and
Yeah.
now you've got an actual runner's form, or a jogger's form, or whatever you want to call it right now, right?
A
And you
rumbling and
look and
bumbling form.
you look comfortable, and you look like you're enjoying it, and you're vaping while we're running because it's easy for you now. Like,
I didn't do that on either of the ones this weekend.
well, I wouldn't have advised it
Yeah,
on the
I need
first
to.
one.
I need to stop that.
That Will, come on, Will.
Yeah.
Who gets to spin the wheel this time? What did we say was going to be the wheel spin? I can't remember.
I mean, Scott's 2-0 this year in races.
Scott is 2-0 in races.
Now we'll figure it out when we go to spin it. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this episode.
I think it is.
Because you got to watch your game.
It starts in 1 minute.
Yeah. So
OHIO. I think it's going to be a blowout. I'm sorry, Kevin, TJ, all my friends out there that are huge, huge Notre Dame fans.
And also bear the fuck down Ben Johnson. Let's go.
Ben Johnson, I'm sorry you're stuck with an overrated quarterback, but you're awesome, Bob.
All right. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. Look out for the Factor review coming.
Go
Whenever
get Russell Wilson for a year. Ben Johnson.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.